Hey guys, this is Captain Frugal reporting for duty for today's episode of Top and Bottom Comics of the Week. And this week is April the 27th of 2022. Now, I have to say I was pretty pleasantly surprised by this week's comic books, yet there was some things that didn't make me happy, but overall the experience was pretty good. Believe it or not, though, I didn't read that much as I usually do, so it's going to be pretty slim pickings here. I read only 7 books, so only one of them didn't make the list, and it was still a close cut. So we're going to start first with the top 3. And number 3, this could cause some rage. I could get some people mad at me here, but hear me out. I gave the number 3 pick to The Punisher issue number 2, which I gave it an 8.1 out of 10. Yeah, pretty strong week. Now, let's be honest here and the reasons why. I enjoyed the art style, first of all. I like the art style of this book. This issue in particular had a lot of brutality in it. Now, with that said, there's a certain character that comes back, too, and I think it's going to be cool. I'm interested to see how Frank takes on his character. Now, there's a couple things, nitpicks though, I do have. I'm not a fan of the Punisher gaining powers. We've had the Punisher powered before, and I wasn't a big fan of that, and I don't think I am now. So that part, it doesn't make me real happy. And another part too is I don't tend to like when writers retrench and change characters' past, and they might say, well, they didn't change it, I added to it. Yeah, and that would be true. He added to it, the writer did. And I don't care for it. I don't like people messing around with the past, making it like he was being groomed, if you will, for his future of what he's going to be. I don't want to give him too much details of that, though I do think I enjoy it. I'm interested to see where it goes. I just don't like a couple of those things about it. But otherwise, I am enjoying it. I like to see that they're showing Punisher training with the sword, and that's not his strongest skill, so that's sort of cool too. I would like to see the character evolve into that and get better with that, but I hope this isn't just a in-your-face to the Punisher fans, because the whole political situation going on. I hope we do in the end see Punisher returning to the good old blowing people away with his guns and bombs and that glory. Alright, for the number 2, I picked Rogues issue number 2. Now, I've said before the art isn't necessarily my favorite thing in this book, but I will say this. I gave this book an 8.15. Yeah, I'm splitting hairs on a few of these here. If you hear noise, that's my notes. I'm not a fan of the art. It's okay, but it doesn't make it, ooh, the art's good on this. I just don't get that vibe from this book. The story, though, I'm digging. It's pretty good. I like the characters. I think, they're taking characters the rogues that have never been necessarily top echelon, but they're making them interesting. And I like the dynamics. I think that's what I'm really enjoying about the comic is the dynamics. Yeah, they're going to try to rob Gorilla Grodd, and we found out more about Grodd. Now, granted, this is like a future story, so, hold that. It doesn't hold any water in that regard, but it's an interesting take, and I'm wanting to see where this goes. This issue number 2 out of 4, and once again, I gave that an 8.15. Alright, and the number 1, this one could get some hate too. I'm not going to be on some people's Christmas card lists for this one. But I'm going to go with Amazing Spider-Man number 1. Now, first of all, I think the art's solid. He's not my favorite artist. Junior's not. I'm going to be honest with that. His father, that was a better artist. But for some reason, there's a lot of books I don't like seeing him on. I did not like him, his artwork on Captain America. I didn't like his artwork on Superman. But for some reason, when he does Spider-Man, I like his work. So go figure. So I thought the art was solid. And here's the thing. I'm interested into seeing where they take the story. Where is this going? I know there's a lot of negatives floating around right now. I don't like the idea of something bad happening to MJ in another book necessarily and things of that nature either. And at the end, people are automatically jumping on, wait, she's got kids and all this stuff. Hold your horses here. This is not an unusual Marvel bait and switch, change up things. They could be calling her that. Maybe she's not. Peter Parker's been gone for a while now at this point. Maybe she's moved on again, didn't wait for him. Something clearly happened between them. Now, I'm not necessarily a fan of that regard either. I wish, how do I put this? Marvel is so afraid to have Peter Parker and Mary Jane together, which is absolutely ridiculous. Still, the mentality is there that you can't write an interesting character that's married. And I think that's completely wrong because you look, the majority of the characters are unmarried. Very few are. So that would be a minority in the stories and something new to really go more in depth on that they could really explore, but they tend to fail to do that. So only time will tell what they are going to do there. I just, man, I really hope that they do this story justice because I can see this going really bad, really fast. I'm warning you there. Even though it's my number one pick with an 8.6 out of 10, I am warning you that I don't trust number 2 either, though, or issue number 3. I'm going to be in for the wild ride here, but once again, I still think, well, it's still better than Under Dan's Slot. All right, before we go through the 3 bottom picks, I want to make sure I say thank you to these people for supporting the channel. Without them, this channel would not be possible. If you don't mind, help out the channel, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Tell me what your top comic of this month was, or this week, I should say, or even month. I don't care. That will work too. And if you don't mind, help out the channel. We have a Patreon and Subscribe Star where you can get free music downloads for your videos there. I have a list. I think I have 9 songs up on there where you can download and use them, or you can use them for ringtones, whatever you want. You don't have to worry about getting hit for a strike or anything like that. I gave all permissions to do that. All right, with that said, let's get into the bottom 3. No, let's do it right. Let's do that right. That wasn't good enough, was it? No, that was too plain. Let's get into the bottom 3. There we go. Over clipping and everything. There, that made it better. All right. So the number 3 of the bottom 3 I gave to Justice League number 75, which I gave a 7.8 out of 10, which might be, once again, a little high for some. But you know what? I once again, killing characters is unnecessary in a lot of cases. They're just doing it for shock value, and you know it's not going to last. It might be to shoehorn some legacy characters in temporarily to try to get the, hey, we're so good, and then turn around and fail. So anyway, no spoilers, but I mean, let's be honest. It's been leaked all over the place. The Justice League is supposedly dead. But here's the thing. Do we ever see him die? No, we don't. Now, maybe it was a misconception that they're dead. Maybe they disappeared. We won't know that until the story is done. The artwork was also okay. So I gave that book a 7.8 out of 10. Once again, maybe I'm just having a good week and I'm giving everything too high of a grade. I don't know. My number 2 for the bad, once again, and these bads are actually pretty good, just for the record, for the most of them anyway, is Aquaman Green Arrow number 7, finishing off this series, this mini-series. I gave it a 7.4 out of 10. This is Aquaman Green Arrow Deep Target number 7. The art I thought was pretty consistent on this as well throughout the series, and the thing is I didn't think the story was that great, to be honest, but I really like the ending of the story, because the ending of the story had weight. There was a change that happened because of time inconsistencies and time travel, and it put Aquaman in a tough spot. And we've seen the choice that Aquaman chose to make, and trust me, it's a hard choice. I've been in a situation where I've had to make a hard choice with my mother. And I can tell you that I could only imagine being in that tough position and how hard it would be, and wonder, would I do the same? So the ending I thought was good. It added a lot of weight, so put a good ending on there for a story, mediocre story with a good ending in my opinion. And the number 1, this one is what I would definitely recommend not to get. Okay, all the rest were pretty good. I still wouldn't say don't get that. The Justice League and Aquaman one, honestly, pretty high scores. But this one, I would skip it. No, let's not hide it. I would skip this book. There we go. And that's Teen Titans Academy. Oh, the Teen Titans Academy issue number 14. I gave it a 6 out of 10. The art was actually pretty good, but I just give no craps about this story. I don't like the Cyborg Beast Boy mix, and anywhere else the story is really going. I wouldn't mind. It looks like it's heading in a direction where hopefully we're going to see Shazam again, which would be nice, but really I am just not digging this book. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm missing something. I cannot get into Teen Titans Academy. I've given it 14 issues, and I have no idea why I keep reading it. I don't. Why am I reading this? So I should probably stop. Now, the one book that I did read that did not get into either of these groups, but it was a close one too, and that was none other than issue Robin number 13. Yeah, Robin issue 13. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I thought the art was good, and I'm actually really enjoying this story where you get to see some of the skills here that he has, and we get to see Deathstroke in this series. Deathstroke's been set up, and he killed Damian's father, so not Damian. Did I say Damian's father's Batman? What? His grandfather. Sorry, his grandfather. And he's out for revenge in a way, too. So it's going to be interesting to see where this one's going. I've been digging the Robin series. Especially, this is odd for a guy that did not like Damian at all when he first came out. And now I'm reading his book and I'm enjoying it. Just didn't quite hit the top 3 and didn't hit the bottom 3 either. He definitely didn't deserve to be in the bottom 3. Oh, those are my picks. Top and bottom. What are yours? I'd like to hear it. Let me know in the comments. Of course, you can always tell me where I'm wrong. Just don't come in there and just start with the insults and not have reasons to back up your stuff. Okay? I'm fine with you having a disagreement. I'm not fine with you just accusing me of being something because of I didn't like a comic book. Okay? Deal with it. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Until next time, keep it frugal.